On the surface, Empower, Koyfin, and Sharesight all promise to be the best portfolio tracking software, but under the hood, they work in very different ways. So I tested each to see where each one shines and where it falls behind, and by the end of this video, you'll know which one is exactly right for you. But before I started using these stock portfolio tracking softwares, I didn't just scroll through the homepage and call it a day. I went deep into user reviews, the kind that most people skip too. I wanted to know, what are the main pain points that real investors are dealing with? So I started the way I always do, with the 1-star reviews. And with Empower, one user said that it was a good portfolio tracking app, but complained about a few bugs. He mentioned issues with fund transfers, glitches on the mobile app, and the roadmap tool constantly reminding him to finish something that it wouldn't let him complete. Now look, I've actually run into one of those myself, but in my experience, it was more of a temporary hiccup. Empower is one of the most robust stock portfolio tracking tools out there, and like any tech product, it's not immune to the occasional weird bug. Most of the time, switching to desktop solves that kind of thing. And honestly, most of the user base doesn't seem bothered by these things or mention them. One reviewer I came across said that Empower was the smoothest budgeting switch after Mint shut down for him. And another user loved that it automatically pulled in all of his bank and credit card accounts, eliminating manual tracking and just making it all smoother. When I looked into the Koyfin user feedback, though, one user gave 5 stars, but actually admitted that the stock portfolio platform wasn't for him yet. He said that he'd be more likely to use it long-term if AI features were added, and mentioned some missing data on certain stocks, but he also praised the knowledge library and said that he was using it more and more over time. So, I mean, yeah, minor limitations and some complaints here and there, but when I tested it myself, I found the data coverage incredibly strong, especially for global stocks. And the value? Here's someone who actually compared Koyfin to Bloomberg and FactSet, calling it the most affordable alternative to $30,000 a year terminals. That tells me that they're doing something right. All right, now for Sharesight. So one guy said that it's a solid portfolio tracking software, but pricey. That's fair. He pointed out that it needs a bit of manual checking, but ultimately it got the job done. I won't lie, the pricing has crept up a bit, but the features you get, especially as your portfolio grows, justifies it in my opinion. And that's not like you're paying for fluff. Actually, in fact, I came across this review of a user who called it fantastic, especially praising how seamlessly it imports broker data and organizes reports. All right, so yeah, every platform has a few complaints here and there, but if you're looking for clear patterns, Empower, Koyfin, and Sharesight all stand out for what they deliver, not just what they promise. And there's plenty of people in the reviews, singing their praises. Okay, so when I started using the features of these investment portfolio tracker apps, it became obvious to me that each of these platforms actually serves a different purpose. And depending on whether you're a long-term investor, a data-driven trader, or just someone trying to organize your financial life, you're going to gravitate towards one of these portfolio tracker software over the others. So let's start with Empower. This one's not just a tracker. It's a full financial dashboard that gives you a real-time pulse on your entire money life. Their cash flow graph is something I use regularly. It lets you see your total income versus expenses across all accounts month to month, so I can quickly spot when my spending is creeping up without digging through each card or bank statement. And this kind of visual clarity is pretty underrated. Then there's the budgeting widget. It won't let you set detailed goals, which I actually found limiting at first, but it does show where your money is going in a super digestible way. So when I saw how much was, going to random subscriptions, let's just say a few that weren't getting used got canceled pretty quick. And one underrated tool set is their credit card account section. So I use this constantly to check my balances across a few different cards and, to see one-day changes in spending. And that keeps me in check on, my daily spending. All right, what about Koyfin? So if Empower is your financial dashboard, Koyfin is your command center for market intel. So I was blown away by the equity screener itself. You can scan over 100,000 global securities with nearly 6,000 filter criteria. That's Bloomberg level filtering. So I use this kind of scanning tool to scan for undervalued tech stocks by combining valuation ratios with insider buying filters. And in less than 5 minutes, I get ideas that would take me hours just searching somewhere else. Another gem is the ETF exposure tool. So ever wonder how much like a single stock is influencing the ETF you're holding? So this feature shows exactly how many ETFs hold that stock and how concentrated those holdings are. It gave me a new lens to view risk and exposure. And for collaboration, watch list sharing is pretty killer. So I use this with two friends in my investing group. We build watch lists together, and now they can see exactly what I'm tracking and how I'm analyzing it, and like how I'm looking at it and how I'm thinking about it. It really saves us hours of like screen sharing and meeting. But it doesn't stop there. I also used Sharesight portfolio tracking mobile app, and that's full of surprises. All right, Sharesight is like your accountant's favorite app, but way more visual and user friendly. The investment watch list feature is amazing. I'm tracking about 30 different tickers like stocks, ETFs, even a few crypto plays, and having them in like a single clean dashboard with live updates gives me pretty good peace of mind. But I think the real power is in their custom groups feature too. I didn't use this one at first, but when I started grouping holdings by sector, geography, and even strategy, like dividend versus growth, for example, it totally changed how I viewed performance and how to separate it. Like I can instantly see which part of my portfolio was dragging me down or pulling weight or not, holding itself, So Sharesight didn't just help like track performance, it helps understand it too. Now look, no stock tracker is perfect, right? With Empower, I'd say the only thing that really threw me off early on was the number of clicks it took to access certain insights. Like it's all there, but sometimes it just takes a little digging, right? That said, once I set up my dashboard properly and organized, that kind of friction mostly disappeared. And Koyfin, it's a data beast, so if you're new to investing, the depth might feel a little bit overwhelming at first, but for serious investors, that depth becomes an advantage pretty quick. You're not just getting summaries, you're seeing the full picture with everything as part of it. Like Sharesight's only like real downside, an alternative to that is like the price. Like it's gone up over time, but again, what you're getting, the tax reporting, the breakdowns, the clarity, I think that justifies it, especially if you're managing multiple accounts or investing internationally. So how do all of these compare when it comes to cost, right? So honestly, all three of these best portfolio tracker apps are pretty reasonably priced for what they offer. Empower is great for people looking for a free dashboard style tracker with budgeting tools baked in, and Koyfin, while not free, offers pro-level analytics for a fraction of what other tools like Bloomberg cost, and Sharesight might be a bit higher on the pricing scale, but if you're investing across borders or want detailed tax reports, it's absolutely worth it. If you're shopping for the best portfolio tracking software, make sure to check the links in the description for their current pricing plans. We keep them updated with any available discounts or promo deals they're offering now. And if you want one tool to rule them all, you won't really find it, right? But here's what I learned. Empower is perfect for full picture budgeting and portfolio oversight. Koyfin is a powerhouse for research, data, and serious stock screeners. And Sharesight gives you reporting, tax tracking, and performance insights that you won't get anywhere else. Pick the one that matches your investing style, and check the link in the description to grab any promos that we found.